Ah, there's too many things happening. Quiet, dude. Get out of here, Christmas music. Your time is up. Also, I need to put the game way the hell down. Not much of a talker, sorry. You don't have to apologize for that. I was there just to hang out. Thank you very much for the follow. I do appreciate it. We do have anonymous follows on here at the cafe. So that way if you don't want to be like name called out, you're not gonna be. We like to keep it relatively low key like that. Okay, well, I guess this is my life now. Anyway, hello. Hi. It's the courthouse. It's the cafe. It's the combination courthouse cafe. I apologize if you got, like, a couple of, like, going live notification things. I was having a problem with my... an unbeknownst to me, self-inflicted problem with my computer. Is I had plugged my phone into it because I was, you know, making sure I had all my music on my phone. And apparently my computer decided, oh, phone? New connection? Internet? And you want to know what my phone is not good for? Being my internet connection. So I had to take a little bit of extra time to get that sorted out. And once I did, everything just sort of locked back in place. As far as I can tell, you two hadn't started any roleplay yet. You had just brought your friend in and you were going to. But I don't know if... I don't think you ever actually started that. Like you said you were going to, and you hadn't. At least that was as far as I knew. But yeah, we got first time chat from the real Matt on guard. Yeah, that's nice, lawyer dude, especially with all the fame I've gotten since I've been locked up. I mean, you think the fame you had before you got locked up would have been better. You know, fame versus infamy kind of deal, but I guess, how do they say there's no such thing as bad publicity? I don't know. We're just gonna get right into it. We're going back to court. We proved Ron innocent of larceny. We were like, he is not mask to mask. I mean, you don't gotta drag anybody anywhere. You can just hang out. You don't have to do a whole roleplay thing. You can just chill. It's fine. But yeah, we found Ron innocent of larceny. And then they were like, ah, but this means you were in fact the murderer. You killed the CEO of the security place where you used to work. Which we didn't know he no longer worked there until he told us that he got fired like a year ago. And he's been doing these mask-to-mask heists for the past like 6 months. The first one he did on his own, and afterwards he got blackmail letters and plans and schemes and everything sent to him by somebody else. So he wasn't the mastermind of those ones. He just carried them out. So, let's see where this takes us today. October 14th, 9:41 a.m., District Court Defendant Lobby number 4. Hey, Nick! What is it this time? You won't believe how many people are here for the trial. Well, it is a murder case. What are you talking about? They're here for the trial next door. Next door? Why don't you know this, Nick? They're having Detective Atme's trial today. Detective Atme? They say they're gonna try him as mask to mask. Already? That was fast. I mean, we did a lot of the legwork for them. Boy, I'd love to see Mask to Mask's trial. I know. By the way, where's Pearls? Oh, she went back home. She said she can't neglect her training anymore. I know you don't like me. Pearls has really gotten into her training lately, huh? Yeah, ever since that incident last year. Please, don't ignore me! Oh, Ron. Ron, You're something. Oh, there we go, finally. Now I'm not on my toes. I had to reset my character model in Vignon, but Vignon wasn't opening! Anyway. Or rather, Vignon was open, so, you know, I'm obviously here, but it wouldn't let me go to reset my model, so I was just like, yep, I'm reaching the top shelf. Anyway, don't ignore me! Oh, Mr. Delight, good morning. No one likes me. Oh, Ron. What about your wife? No, I don't need help with the game. Ah! There are no shelves in a courtroom! I didn't need to get up there! Why do you all have so much fun throwing me into the ceiling? It's kind of painful after a while. No one would notice me, even if I killed someone. Ron, don't say that. We're literally at a trial for murder. Come on, don't be silly. Wait a sec. You don't mean you're the murderer? No, no. I'm just a poor thief! No, wait. That's not right. A thief can't really be... Oh, Ron. Now, let's see. According to Mr. Delight, from his second crime on, he was following a bunch of set plans. Plans that someone had been sending to him to help him commit the heists. You really think there's a connection between the thief and the murder, Nick? Possible, but today's trial is a race against the clock. Huh? How come? Let's just take our time like always. I'm afraid that's not an option. Huh? October 14th, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 6. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight. The defense is ready, Your Honor. You're ready? Preparation is the last refuge of the weak. Okay, settle down, everyone. Let's begin with your opening statement, Mr. Godot. Ugh, he's got the judge in the palm of his hand. Yet again. Ron Delight is simply too young to be sent to war. That's all. I'm afraid I have no idea what that means, Mr. Godot. Then you need to get out more, Your Honor. Life is war. That is exactly why you must be more precise in your wording. That's all my statement means. You understand now, right? Yes, well then, let me briefly summarize the details of this case. Wow, the judge is taking charge like he knows what's going on for a change. The victim is Kane Bullard, CEO of KB Security. His body was found in a safe at approximately 9 a.m. on the morning of the 13th. However, the time of death was estimated as 1 a.m. of the previous day. And that's when our little lost kitten dropped the ball. That little lost kitten is, of course, the defendant. Very well then, Mr. Godot, please call your first witness. I never drink more than 17 cups of coffee during any given trial. But the first one is always the best. I'm inclined to agree, but unlike you, I only go through 1 cup of coffee a trial. If that.
Mr. Godot, your witness?
Okay then, let's hear what the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight, has to say for himself.
The defendant? The defendant? Well, Mr. Wright, does the defense have any objections? Maybe a bit of a disadvantage having the defendant testify, but...
I mean, Druid, you don't have to do anything. You can just sit back, relax, and watch the show. You don't have to do a whole ass roleplay in the chat if you don't want to. We're just here to hang out. If you want to just hang out, that's fine. I remember when Mia was defending me. She allowed me to testify so she could do the cross-examination. She put a lot of trust in me back then. We have no objections, Your Honor. The defense will allow Mr. Delight to testify. Ha! You've got guts, trait.
Alright then, Mr. Ron Delight, please take the stand.
You did it, didn't you?
Yes!
What?
No. That's not true. For a moment there, I thought we'd set the record for the shortest trial ever.
Well, Mr. Delight already looks plenty guilty with that face he's making. Once he opens his big mouth, he'll probably put the last nail in his own coffin. Very well. Now then, can you tell me something? If you didn't kill Bullard, why did you go to KB Security?
Well, that's kind of hard to say. I wish I could go home.
Ron, please.
Now then, let's hear some testimony about what happened.
My visit to KB Security.
That evening, around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office at KB Security. The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there. I'd been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was.
That's it?
1 a.m., the exact time the murder took place.
The weak get washed away by the tides of fate. The strong drink it up. Ha! It's bitter today, too. Just like my destiny. You'd never know that from the way he's chugging it down.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you please.
1 a.m. I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office. Ordered me to go there. So, from what I remember, he had previously said that he hadn't got really told to go to a specific place at a specific time. He just got, like, heist plans. I feel like I should ask more. It ordered you there?
It was the first time I'd gotten a blackmail letter that ordered me to go somewhere. Does that mean you've gotten other blackmail letters then?
Oh, of course. They'd say things like, steal this or take that. Ahaha! Why don't you save those for later, Mr. Delight? Please don't say any more. Now, what should I do? No, I want to know more. So, what did the blackmail letter in question say?
It said to bring $50,000.
Money, eh? Perfect motive for committing murder.
Ordered him there like he was meant to be put in a box and shipped somewhere.
I know what I'll do. I'll turn him into a flea. And then I'll put the flea in a box. And then I'll put that box in another box. And I'll put that box in another box. And then I'll mail it to myself. And then when it arrives, I'll smash it with the hammer. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant.
Or to save on postage, I'll just poison him with this. Oh, but wait! I never intended to pay that money anyway. Oh, is that right? After all, he had nothing to hold over my head. I had nothing to be afraid of. An important point indeed. Witness, let's have that added to the testimony. Yes, sir.
Huh.
A muddy mudskipper in outer space has a better chance of surviving than I do.
Didn't scare me. It wasn't going to cause me trouble or anything. Okay, so that's there now. So we've got that other one to talk, but this one was also bothering me. You used to be a security chief for KB Security, right? Not a barista stream without A, getting the hiccups, B, accidentally hitting the options menu during Ace Attorney, and C, getting thrown around by either my partner or my friend. Or anybody else in chat who redeems the yeet. There's 2 out of 3. I don't know. I can't count.
Yes, that's right. A security chief. You?
And yet, a year ago, you were fired without notice. Ah! You guys need to stop throwing me in rooms with ceilings. That hurts. Wah. But yes, that does make it 2 yeets for this stream so far.
Pardon me.
Revenge for an old grudge. A perfect motive for murder, wouldn't you say? This isn't good. Maybe I should change the subject? Well, we only know that he got fired. We never find out why, so this is... That's what I've been wondering. Why did he get fired? You love it, don't deny it. I mean, if I hated it and I hated the very concept of it, I wouldn't have set it up in the first place. I think it's a fun little bit for y'all to get involved with. Mr. Delight, please tell us why you were fired from your job.
Well...
The world is filled with those who have said, I wish I had never asked that. Okay, then I take it back.
Defendant, please answer the question. Well, I needed money. You needed money? Well, you see, Jessie loves to spend it. It's kind of her hobby.
Not exactly the best hobby in the world, huh, Nick?
My salary wasn't nearly enough. So I stole data from the company.
Run! Hey, come again?
KB Security has a lot of security info on all sorts of companies. And since I was a security team chief...
You stole some data and sold it.
Mr. Bullard found out and I was fired immediately.
What? I wish I'd never asked that.
I was somehow able to keep it secret and made it seem like I had quit on my own.
What is it, Nick? You don't look so good. Someone who brings harm to their company is fired as punishment. You do well to remember that. He sure told you.
So you admit that you stole data from your company, is that correct? Yes, I'm sorry. This is a very important fact. Please add it to your testimony.
Oh man, this whole thing just took a big turn for the worse. Crashed and blew up. Ahaha! Nothing bad ever happens to a Phoenix Wright case! Ah!
It's gonna take the jaws of life to rip this case from the clutches of disaster. Fired me for selling company secrets, but Bessie doesn't know about that. Okay, so there's a couple of things. There's a couple of things that I'm thinking. So his wife doesn't know why he got fired. Blackmail threat didn't scare me. It wasn't going to cause me trouble or anything. So I feel like he's not lying, but I feel like there's something we can present to get some more information out of this. Like, the blackmail didn't scare him, sure, but it's been a year since this happened, and his wife still doesn't know. So, like, maybe if we present her profile, we'll get some new dialogue, and it'll be like, oh, yeah, you weren't scared of blackmail, you're more scared of your wife. Or you're scared of disappointing her or upsetting her or something. This seems like a move.
Objection!
I mean, we've got a full health bar, so it doesn't matter. Mr. Delight, what you said just now doesn't match with what you told me yesterday. Huh? What doesn't? I think you must have been scared. Very scared. Of having a certain person find out your secret. Mm-hmm. A certain person? Ms. Desiree Delight, the defendant's wife. Ah, but I... Listen to me, my Desi, she's... Looks like if I just sit back and relax, the fun will end before it truly begins. Oh, you having fun in the cuck chair over there? Jesus Christ. Kiddo. Yes, we know. It was all your wife's fault. What do you mean? Mr. Delight stole company data to pay for his wife's spending habit for which he was fired. Unable to face his own wife, someone used his dirty little secret to blackmail him. And that is how this murder came about. Oh. Oh, everything's falling neatly into place for him. Don't talk about my Desi like that, or you'll be sorry. Well, it seems we have an ad break. We'll be right back. Alrighty. We should be back. It seems that we have learned a great deal of things here so far.
What do you think, Nick? I didn't think it was possible to get so thoroughly whipped in just 20 minutes. Oh, and Franziska isn't even here.
Clearly there was sufficient motive for murder. He stole data for his wife, and he killed to protect his secret. Family man who cared just a little too much. The motive is clear. Let's move on.
What happened at the crime scene at 1 in the morning, Mr. Delight? Come now, tell us. We're all ears. At the CEO's office.
When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. Suddenly, I was hit on the forehead. After that, I remember being a bit dazed. If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed. When I came to, Mr. Bullard was lying there dead.
Okay, so that certain suspicious shadow certainly looks familiar to me. Whether or not it's supposed to, we'll, I guess, have to find out.
I see, suddenly hit on the forehead, huh? I believe the detective from yesterday provided similar testimony.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
You said that Mask to Mask struck him on the head from behind.
Yeah, and then he said he struck him on the head from the front, and he couldn't get his story straight. Maybe maybe he nodded his head so hard his nose whipped around and smacked him in the back of the head. Of course, since Atme turned out to be the culprit himself, that was all a lie. Huh. No one's going to believe a pathetic lie like that.
What are you saying? I really was attacked. We'll find out if what you say is true or not during the cross-examination.
Got that, Mr. Trite. Don't go easy just because he's your client. If I see any sign that you are, I'll treat you to another cup of my special blend. You don't need to worry about that, Mr. Godot. I have faith in Ron. I know he didn't do it. Alright, so let me press to see if we can get the obvious. Or press the obvious to get an answer. What were you wearing, Ron? That? Could you please clarify what you're referring to?
Why, my Mask to Mask costume, of course. Wait just a moment. Mask to Mask? Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? Just to be on the safe side, I dressed as Mask to Mask. And then I descended upon the office of the CEO of KB Security.
He does look kind of dashing. And hopes I don't tab out of the game.
What?
Nick, did you know about this? He never told me this. I don't recall him ever mentioning it to me either. Even I didn't know that. Oh, girl, be careful, you might catch on fire. It seems our little friend really loves to keep secrets.
I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. Wait, that's not right. You know how sometimes things just happen?
Huh. My 6th cup of coffee is staring up at me coldly.
At any rate, we can't ignore this new piece of information. Witness, please correct your testimony.
I'd have been killed if I wasn't wearing my Mask to Mask costume. Okay, so why? Why were you dressed up as Mask to Mask?
Why? Because I'm Mask to Mask, of course. What are you talking about? Mask to Mask's trial is being held next door.
Yeah, convenient.
Yes, I guess so. Anyway, at that time, I thought I was being blackmailed over the Mask to Mask issue. So I thought I should go as him, just to be safe.
Oh boy.
Let me tell you, it's a real pain to move around with that cape. That's why it took a lot longer than I'd expected.
Took a lot longer? What is he talking about?
What do you mean by took a lot longer?
Oh.
Opening the safe, of course. My cape got caught on the safe door, you see. This all happened when I was hiding Mr. Bullard's body.
What was that? Back up a second.
Yes?
You were the one that hid the body in the safe?
Well, yeah.
Inconceivable! Why? Just why? What reason could you have? What were you thinking?
Question. When does someone toss their dirty shorts in the washing machine?
Oh. What?
The answer is simple. When they take them off.
As usual, I have no idea what you're saying.
Do you mean that Mr. Delight hit the body because he's the murderer? Ha! So you're not as stupid as you look. His metaphor this time was really obscure.
Mr. Wright, you don't mean that you knew about this whole safe business, do you?
Well, yes.
Why am I the only one not in the loop here? Witness, make sure you add this to the testimony.
Yes, sir.
Uh-oh. Looks like a storm front is moving in over the fair-weather judge.
I panicked and hid the body in the safe. It took about 10 minutes.
Okay, so we've done a lot of pressing about things, but we haven't actually done anything with any of the evidence. We've got, like, all kinds of security info, lists, blackmail letters, buzzer in the office. Went off once at 1:02. I feel like there's something here, but I'm not 100% sure how it's tying up. Because it's like... Ron used to work there, so he knows about the security buzzer. And he knows, like, if it gets pressed, then somebody should come running. So if it got pressed, like, right after he showed up, that means something happened? I don't know. I'm gonna try, like, showing off the record, because everybody's adamant that this whole business happened exactly at 1 a.m., and the buzzer got pushed only 2 minutes after.
Objection!
Let's just see where it goes. Your Honor, could you please take a look at this record?
And what might this be?
Record for the emergency buzzer that connects the CEO's office to security. If the button in the office is pressed, the security team is supposed to come running. And according to this record, the buzzer was pushed once at 1:02 a.m.
What?
If Mr. Ron Delight truly was the murderer, he would have ran as soon as that buzzer sounded. After all, a security guard would have been heading his way. Yeah, it was pretty loud, too. Like, there was a whole type shit.
Objection!
Oh. Huh. Let's remember who we're dealing with here. He probably had no idea there were security personnel in the building. Bro, I literally... Oh my god.
Objection!
Up until 1 year ago, my client was working as a chief of security. There's no way he wouldn't have known about them.
Objection!
But, as it turns out, the god never came. That was nothing more than a coincidence. The fact that the guard was a pathetic loser. Wow, Phoenix, way to throw your so-called friend under the bus. Who had just gotten punched in the face by his ex's new boyfriend, and wasn't anywhere in the vicinity, was not something Mr. Delight could have known.
Objection!
Ha! Again, remember who we're dealing with here. It's a sure bet that Mr. Delight didn't even notice the buzzer going. No, it was loud as shit. It was
Objection!
This buzzer is extremely loud. There's no way he could have ignored something like that. If he had been conscious, that is.
Conscious? What do you mean by that?
Well, Ron did say he was attacked, so he probably got knocked in the head and knocked out. And whoever attacked him, like, that's probably when the CEO pushed the button, and then whoever attacked Ron attacked him. Ugh. Fine. Let's hear your theory. Recall the defendant's testimony. The moment he entered the victim's office, someone attacked him. Mr. Delight said he felt dazed. I'm willing to wager that he was knocked unconscious for at least a few minutes.
Unconscious? So he fainted?
That's why Mr. Delight didn't know that the buzzer had sounded. That's why he thought he had time to hide the body.
So what are you trying to say?
Mr. Delight was knocked out and the buzzer went off soon afterwards. Now, unless my client was able to hit the buzzer while he was unconscious, it can only mean that there was another person in the room. That's right, whoever it was, they knocked out Ron Delight and then pressed the buzzer.
Order in the court, Mr. Wright. This is...
Objection!
This is preposterous. It was this kid. Ron Delight is the one who killed Caden Bullard.
Objection!
Then who pressed the buzzer? It was the victim, of course. He pressed the buzzer when the defendant attacked him. He didn't die right away. He must have held on long enough to push that button. No. That is not correct. Because there are no fingerprints on it. And I doubt the CEO guy was in the business of wearing gloves. So, if it had been him, there would have been a fingerprint.
So Caden Bullard sounded the buzzer himself. What is your opinion on this, Mr. Wright?
I need to prove that the real criminal was there at the scene, but how? Can I prove that it wasn't Caden Bullard who sounded the buzzer? Yes. Or I can at least... There's the hiccups. Push a good theory. Oh, excuse me. The defense's opinion is this, Your Honor. This piece of evidence proves that it wasn't the victim who sounded the buzzer. Yeah, there are no fingerprints on the buzzer, so it's the buzzer itself. I believe this is the piece of incontrovertible evidence you were looking for.
The emergency buzzer? Is there some kind of clue on it?
Absolutely not.
Hey, come on now. At least give some thought to what you say before opening your mouth.
The fact that there are absolutely no clues is itself the clue.
Now I'm the one who's clueless.
Well, at least you admit it. This button has no fingerprints on it. If Mr. Bullard had really pressed it himself, naturally he would have left his fingerprints behind.
Objection!
Ron Delight obviously wiped them off.
Objection!
Why would he? A guard could have come in at any moment.
He touched that button, I know he did.
Objection!
The defendant, Mr. Delight, was dressed as Mask to Mask. And Mask to Mask always wears gloves. What reason could he possibly have had to wipe the button free of fingerprints?
Order, order, order! Ha! It would seem. I've been forced to eat crow.
I wonder what blend number crow flavored coffee is.
However, if the real killer was there at the scene, why would that person press the emergency buzzer?
That's a good question. Okay, so there's the CEO, there's Ron, and third party shadowy figure who totally does not look like this guy. The third person probably was wearing gloves and pressed the buzzer and left because they wanted Ron to get caught as the one who with the body. Like, supposedly security would have come up, seen the CEO dead, seen Ron there, like probably assumed there was a struggle where the CEO guy defended himself, got a good shot in, knocked the guy out, but he's dead. So whoever did all this, they really went through a lot of steps to try and, like, pin this all on Ron, I think.
Shouldn't they have run away without putting themselves in extra danger? What's with this awkward silence all of a sudden?
Ha! Looks like you're fresh out of parlor tricks. You're on to you, Nick. Just give me a minute to collect my thoughts. The real culprit killed Mr. Bullard at around 1 a.m. Mr. Delight just happened to waltz in when the murder was taking place. And Mr. Delight just happened to waltz in when the murder was taking place, right? The killer clobbered Mr. Delight and then sounded the buzzer. Even though security was supposed to respond right away if the buzzer was pressed. Security was supposed to respond?
Time's up, Mr. Wright. Let's hear what you have to say.
Very well, then. Oh, you've got some guts. I like that in an opponent.
Why did the real killer sound the emergency buzzer?
To call the security guard. It's like I said, they wanted somebody to see the body of the CEO, and they wanted to see Ron. They wanted the guard to see Ron. The killer knew that if they pressed that button, a guard would come running. And that was exactly what they wanted.
Do you mean to say the killer called the guard on purpose?
Yes. Although, as it turned out, he never showed up. Because he was getting his clock cleaned at the time. Ha! What a touching story. You're saying the killer had a change of heart and called the guard to turn himself in? No. No, I'm not. When that buzzer sounded, there were 3 people in that office. The victim, Kane Bullard, who was already dead. The defendant, Ron Delight, who was out cold. And the third person, the real killer.
Hypothetically, yes.
Now then. In this situation, if the real killer made an escape, what would happen? The only ones left in the room would be the victim and Ron Delight.
And if any security guards came running in at that time, they would think that I was the murderer.
Yes, that was precisely the real killer's objective. Frame Ron Delight for murder. The fact that we took a whole, like, couple of seconds for him to, you know, take a sip and then spit it out. I would not waste such perfectly good coffee.
Order, order, order!
It would seem. I've been made to eat my words once again. Actually, you've been made to do a spit take with a cup of coffee.
Mr. Wright, who was it? Who was it that tried to frame me? Wait. Wait a second. I'm the one and only Master Master.
Nick, you mean the real killer is... We're gonna drag that person in here right now. But, who is it? I don't have any solid proof yet, but think about it. The killer knew Mr. Delight's identity, and they also knew that he had been called to KB security that night. So the killer used him to execute a well-crafted plan to murder Kane Bullard.
Now then, let's hear your accusation, Mr. Wright. Who was it that framed Mr. Ron DeLay for the murder of Kane Bullard?
The same one who's claiming that he's masked a mask so he can get away with murder. It's gotta be fucking Penguin. Detective Luke Atney. He's the only one who could have done it.
Ace Detective. Look at me. You mean Masked a Mask did it?
No. Your Honor, the person being tried in the court next to us is not masked a mask at all. He is, in actuality, the true murderer of Kane Bullard.
Order, order. Mr. Wright, explain yourself.
Theft and murder. Which is the more serious crime?
They're not even close. Murder is the more serious crime, of course. It's a capital crime subject to capital punishment.
Please remember the trial from yesterday, if you would. When Luke Atney confessed, there was a huge commotion in the courtroom. Of course, the famous detective was unmasked as, well, masked a mask. Instead of being convicted of murder, he was found guilty of grand larceny. That was his true objective all along.
To be found guilty.
Masked a Mask had the perfect alibi for when the murder took place. He was stealing the urn at Lordley Taylor. In other words, being found guilty as Masked a Mask was Luke Atney's airtight, watertight, and unassailable alibi.
A guilty verdict. As an alibi?
You know, it's almost time.
For what?
For Luke Atney's verdict. It was a pretty simple trial, after all. If we're gonna stop this trial and stall that one, we need to do it now. Of course, that's assuming you have proof that the detective was the one who committed the murder. Totally. I totally have that.
Mr. Luke Atney's trial has indeed attracted the attention of the entire country. If we were to intrude and fail to provide adequate proof of his true crime, Mr. Delight would be left with no grounds for appeal.
Am I really sure about this?
Ha! The bet's only as good. A bet's only good when your life's the ante.
Mr. Wright, I believe in you.
Mr. Delight.
So please, I'm begging you!
Thanks, but my decision will determine the rest of your life. Can I really risk your life like this? Phoenix. What was that? Don't stray, Phoenix. For your client, take the path of trust. A voice. Sounds like Mia. Your Honor, the defense requests an immediate recess. Huh. So that's your... Excuse me. So that's your answer, huh?
Very well, I've decided as well. This court will now take a 20-minute recess. Mr. Wright, when we return, please summon Mr. Luke Atney to the stand.
Pardon me.
Yes, Your Honor. October 14th, 11:58 a.m. District Court, Courtroom Number 5. Oh, this fucking guy. Well, Sir Detective Atney. Now, don't make me do the laugh thing again.
I have to say, Mr. Payne, you performed splendidly.
Oh no, Sir Detective Atney. You were the one who... That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong this trial. This court finds the defendant, Luke Atney.
Hold it!
Wait! Don't hand down your verdict yet. I'm busy slapping the microphone in the middle of saying that, apparently.
Well, well, Sir Lawyer, welcome to my courtroom.
Who's this hosiery? My name is Phoenix Wright, attorney at law, and I wish to file an accusation against this man, Luke Atme. Accusation? You accuse Mask to Mask? That man is not Mask to Mask. He's just a ruthless murderer. What? Oh, he didn't like that. Desk just put together the pun of his name. Luke Atme. Look at me. Oh, Christ. To be continued. Yeah, some of the puns as we get into the later games and stuff, they get Okay, so I know we've only been going for like an hour, but two things. This is a good stopping spot because we've hit the save and we can go to the next part of the trial the next time. Now, I totally could push through and keep going, but I'm already kind of beat. Like, you've probably heard me just yawning pretty constantly this entire time. And for my own sake, we're gonna call it a night here. Like I said, I totally could, like, if I really wanted to, keep, like, going for the sake of going. But I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to keep going just for the sake of keeping going. Just because I can doesn't mean I should. That's what I'm trying to say. So even though I can, I'm not going to. And that just means we're probably gonna if everything plays out the way it should, we'll probably... Words are not wording right now. Holy shit. Yeah, this emote, this is fine. That's how my brain feels right now. I've sat here for long enough to try and think of what I wanted to say that I've completely forgotten what I wanted to say in the first place. So what we're gonna do... We're just gonna go say hi to Sane. Sane is a delightful VTuber. Let me double check something real quick. Mostly I'm kind of checking to see whether or not they in fact are, you know, not just wrapping up right now. Ah, beans. Yeah, they are. They are wrapping up. Oops. Okay, so we're not gonna go say hi to Sane. Oh well. There's plenty of other pals we can go say hi to. Plenty of other pals. That's why I can never pick one. Because there's just so many cool people doing all kinds of cool things. So many people doing. Shut up, ad. Get out of here. Well, that new Cult of the Lamb update came out. And it looks like we've got Annie's playing it. And doing like some kind of Twitch integration thing also. This looks cool as shit. Let's go say hi to her. And I don't know. I can't even say I got nothing. I just got the usual. We're just... I'm done. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. We'll be back probably on Monday, barring any circumstances. In the meantime, you all do what you gotta do to take care of yourselves, like I'm about to. Eat some food, take your meds, drink some water, get some rest. Do what you gotta do. Have a good weekend. We'll see you next week. Good night.